Welcome back to New Day Northwest. I have a question for you. When you think of buying art, does that idea seem pretentious, out of reach? Oh, I bought this art. Well, get this. A new art show coming to Seattle this weekend hopes to make art more accessible all around the world, especially to queer and BIPOC artists. Here to tell us all about it, and Superfine, which is the name of this event, are founders Alex Mito and James Milley. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us, Amity.
Thank you so much.
So tell us about the concept of Superfine.
So Superfine, basically, we started as an outlet for independent artists to meet collectors one-on-one and also to kind of reestablish what it means to be an art collector and to take away some of that pretension around the word that you talked about.
Exclusivity.
Yeah, exactly. To make it more accessible for folks who may not consider themselves art collectors to go out and meet artists in person and collect real original art from them.
That is amazing. So is Superfine kind of like, is it a traveling exhibit, or describe how it actually works?
Yeah, so it basically is a 4-day event that happens in each of the cities. We host the fair once a year. So, you know, this is the weekend we're in Seattle. We'll be back in Seattle again next year around the same time of year, but then we're in each city once a year.
You're just covering all the what was it that inspired you to set out and change people's perspectives about art?
It's a good question. We saw a lot of, you know, within the art world and how artists were trying to make a living before Superfine. We saw a lot of kind of opacity, like difficulty for artists to meet collectors and also kind of pushing would-be collectors out of the market. James is also an amazing artist himself. He's a photographer. He was navigating his own career around the time we started 7 years ago. So he can tell you a little bit about that. And like what,
Yeah, I was navigating my own career. I went from, you know, selling prints that I had no clue what I was doing, and then now I, you know, over the course of us figuring that out, have really honed in really good business practices as an artist.
That's so important.
Yeah, and also, you know, I'm no longer kind of expecting all of the same things that you're assumed is what you're supposed to do as an artist, which you know they don't really teach you too much about selling your art in art school. So I learned that.
Just gonna ask that. I mean, how do you find that mentorship? Because it really takes something like that, because you are out there on your own figuring this out.
We mentor, well, we have a podcast as well that's all about business practices for artists. So we mentor about 20,000 artists around the world through that, and about 600 a year through Superfine.
Yes.
And we're out to just kill and destroy the starving artist stereotype, and that's not what we think artists have to be. So that's our approach, is two sides, like making people feel empowered to go out and buy art from artists and making artists feel empowered to take their careers in their own hands.
Because it's a career. I love that. Kill the starving artist archetype. I love it. How is Seattle going to be different than your other shows?
Do you want me to take that, James?
Sure.
Yeah, so Seattle is going to be unique because for one, this show was supposed to be in 2020. This is our third postponement. We're actually so happy to be here this weekend.
It's
so
happening.
excited. So excited. The first time we scouted Seattle for a fair was in 2018, so it's been 4 years coming. This is going to be a really neat show. The venue is amazing. It's Block 41 in Belltown.
Nice.
It's very light, airy. It's a very intimate show. We've only got about 35, 40 artists at this one. So you really get a lot of face time with each artist. There's a lot of artists from the Pacific Northwest as well, which is a region I would say is not as represented in our East Coast shows just because of the travel distance.
Right.
So we're really excited to have these artists and some of our favorites from the East Coast and from LA as well. So,
And we're looking at some of the beautiful artwork here. Who are some of these artists?
James might know some. James works directly with the artists.
Yeah,
I
do.
They're curating. I love that.
Kristen Eisenbrand.
She actually showed in our New York City fair in September. And she is from the Pacific Northwest, or?
No, I believe that she's from the East Coast.
Okay, but so she came out here for this show.
I love this vibe, this werewolf thing going on here. This is all me. So my last question for you is: the word on the street is what you do. It creates this not so stuffy, fun, inspirational environment with music and accessible pricing. Is this right?
Absolutely, that's what we're all about.
Okay.
Yep.
So the accessible pricing point is really important so that people don't have to buy mass-produced prints, right?
Oh, no.
So that you can
Yeah.
have a piece of someone's heart and creativity in your home.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You get to have that original artwork by an artist, but also, we're making the pricing transparent. That's something that is also when you go to other art shows, there will be no pricing anywhere, so you actually have to feel really awkward and go up and ask someone, and then you're like, oh, am I
Pricing
not going to be able to
upon
afford?
request.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's
We're not about that.
All right, well, kudos to both of you for revolutionizing the art world. I love it. Go check out Superfine. The event starts today, May 12th, and goes until May 15th at Block 41 in Seattle's Belltown neighborhood. Visit the Superfine website for ticket info. Don't miss out. This is going to be so cool.